Good evening. So I'm doing this like 10:30 at night, which is a little bit different than what I normally do. I don't normally do them at night, so the energy's different. But I think the energy's also different just because of the day. It's been interesting today. So I'm recording this on Thursday evening, and Thursday we just had I can't think of it now. Mercury and the Sun. Is it conjunct or sextile? I think it was sextile. But yeah, we had this massive moment, I would say. I don't want to say everybody, but I would say the majority of the population had this massive moment where just everything kind of all fell into place. Everything just made sense. I think we're all going through less overthinking. I say less. I'm not saying it has stopped, because I personally still have a little bit of it, but it's a lot less, not gonna lie, for me. But we have a lot less overthinking and a lot less worrying, and you know, we're all starting to try and do better and be better. And what I mean by that is, like, I know that in the last 2 weeks, I myself have really taken it to another level on my healthy eating and my working out. You know, I've changed things around because I'm really dead set on actually being consistent with it. And there's a reason, I think, that a lot of people are gonna jump on this same bandwagon, because we're all kind of like self-aware of how we haven't been doing so great. You know, because we know that we're not supposed to eat the crappy food. We know that it's not good for us, but when you tell us that we shouldn't have something, we want it even more. So like diabetics, they want that sugar because like they're told they can't have it. Well, I mean, the same goes with us subconsciously, in the fact that most of us know that, I'd say the vast majority of us know that we're not supposed to be eating that stuff, you know? And so right now, I think people are having this wake-up call for this final moon. The new moon in Taurus is on Saturday. And I think a lot of people are starting to want to really do better and be better, and they want more. They're wanting more. And this new moon that's coming up is absolutely perfect, because of the fact that it is like the absolute prime time to set the seeds and begin anew, like new intentions and new goals and new just trying for new things. Whether it be trying to save money, whether it's trying to not spend as much, whether it's trying to pay off bills, like pay off debts, whether it's trying to eat right, whether it's trying to, you know, get in shape, whether it's trying to, I don't know, start a new relationship, anything, start a new job, you know, make more money, whatever it may be. Everybody's trying to do new things at this point in time. And if you really want to be successful with it, you know, Saturday is like the new moon energy in Taurus, which is, you know, all about the finer things. And, you know, really taking the necessary steps to actually implement it. So, why I bring this up is because of the fact that I know myself. I'm going to be taking this time to really like work on myself. And there's a couple of things with this. So, one, I just started an online community in school, and I am just now like really adding the things to it and starting all the new stuff. Like, so this is new to me. This is me starting something brand new. This is me, you know, stepping out my comfort zone. I'm definitely nervous and scared and so hesitant, but at the same time, I know I have to do it. Like, I would regret it, and I hate living with regret. I hate living with regret. That's why, like, I will go after things, and that's why I will Aries, Sagittarius, ADHD, jump into things fully not, you know, thinking things through, because I will leap before I look a lot of the time. Does get me in trouble sometimes, but at the same time, at least I'm doing it, you know. And so with this community, I don't want to say that like I'm leaping before I look. I do have like a plan. Granted, I could have taken the time to get to understand the program a little bit better, but I kind of am one of those people that if I don't do it like now, I will talk myself out of it or I will overthink it. And so if I do either of those, I waste time. And right now, with the energy that has been happening this whole entire week, things are going to pick up like freaking like a freight train, like the bullet train at the end of the week. So like starting Saturday, things are going to just kick into high gear and it's going to be insane. I know that like all next week I have so many things to do. Like it is like bam, 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 bam stuff to like to for kids and work and myself and this community and like the one that I'm making. So it's like I've got all these things like popping off. And so I'm excited about it, nervous about it, unsure about it, but in all of it, I'm like excited because it's something that I get to bring to the table. I get to create what I have been working on over the last like 5 years, 5 years, that I've been honing in on it and fine tuning it. And if I take too long, it's just not going to come out because I will procrastinate. And so I have to do it now. And right now is like the opportune time because like this, I love this. This, because I'm so math geeky on all of this and angel numbers and all of that stuff. So this coming Saturday is the new moon, and then there will be 5 new moons during the Pluto retrograde. So we get 5 chances, like 5 opportunities to go and do deep dives using the moon cycles, because I work with a lot of the dark feminine goddesses, gods as well. I work with everybody, but I work with like Hecate and or Hecate, I mean, depends, tomato, potato, whatever you say, and I work with you know, a lot of the Lilith and the fates, Okay. I work with a lot of different Underworld. Hades. I love Hades. Love Hades. I work with, and there's so many more. So many more. There's so many more in so many, like, Thoth and all these other different, they're all wonderful ones. I mean, there's so many from different areas, countries and stuff like that. And so I work with all of them. And what we do is we go in and we go into the subconscious and we pull out. We don't even like have to like really yank it out. We just kind of like jostle it around and, you know, kind of like see which ones want to come up. Just lightly, you know. It's not like we're going in there and we're shaking you up and like, you know, like get out kind of thing. We're not doing that. That's too aggressive. This is more along the lines of like whatever you are ready to release and whatever you are ready to deal with, you can bring up. And so I myself am doing it as well. So like this is not a here, let me let me do it with you and I'm not getting anything out of it. No, I've got some great stuff coming up. I've already been seeing underneath the tip of that iceberg. And so it's definitely time, a little uncomfortable, but definitely time. But we work through the darkness and the memories and the pain and the feelings, all of it. We're taking that and we're bringing it up and we're letting it go. We're releasing it. We're just allowing it to be put back into Gaia. We're giving it back, that energy back to Gaia. We're letting her have it because Mother Nature loves death and decay, and she will take it and she will just transform it into beautiful flowers and trees and plants and everything. Like right now, these ones are dying, but that is also part of the whole process. They're beautiful. That is beautiful because it's a part of the whole process. And so with this, when you release these memories, this pain, this the trauma, you're also releasing the triggers. The things, the wounds are not wounds anymore. You start to heal. It's like, a gaping wound on your body and you've got to let it heal. You've got to, allow it to come back together. That's what we're doing with these wounds. Wounds that you didn't even know were wounds. Wounds that have been there for so long that they just became a part of you when they're really not a part of you. These are all things that were given to you and you took them, but you don't need them anymore. They're not yours. They weren't even yours to begin with. That's the funny thing, is that some of these wounds we took on as our own, that we accepted them when they were never really ours. So something I've learned is that okay, hold on. The quicker that you get over a trigger or work through a trigger, the less it has control over you. So when you're able to heal that trigger, whenever you heal that trigger, it's not a part of you anymore. It's gone. It's like, it's such a beautiful thing when you have worked through a trigger and somebody tries to use it against you and you look at them like, okay, and it's such a great feeling that you get. I get pride. Like I feel very proud of myself, and I feel very successful when I have accomplished healing a wound and getting over a trigger, and somebody tries to use it on me and I don't react. And I don't even like respond. I just look at them with this like face of like, okay, why did you do that? Like, that was so dumb. Or I just ignore them completely and just continue on with what I'm doing because I see what they're doing, but I just don't care enough to actually even acknowledge it. That one is an insane feeling. I'm telling you, it's a whole different level. But the thing is that we are carrying voices that aren't even ours. We are carrying words. We are carrying sentences, phrases, things that were given to us that we accepted, but they don't really belong to us. They were just given to us. They were forced upon us. I remember a point in whenever I was in addiction recovery treatment, and we were doing this activity where we were writing down everything that we thought about ourselves on a plate. And the activity was where we would take this plate and we would smash it. We would just throw it on the ground and we would just break it. I remember that they let us decide, we got the chance to really, like stand up and like recite and read off all the things that were on our plate. And I remember standing up and I remember saying, these are mine, but they're not mine. These were given to me, but they're still mine. And I read off every single thing that I was ever told by my family, by my ex-husband, by horrible relationships, by just abusive people, just horrific people, best friends that were friends, that weren't really friends. Every single thing that was ever told to me that I took as a truth, I wrote it down. And it was so insane how much was on that plate. And it took a long time for me to get rid of all of those things, those voices, those words, those phrases. They're not there anymore. Sometimes I'll catch them every now and then. There'll be one, and then I have to stop it, and I have to say, hey, no, sorry, that's no longer valid here. But thank you, goodbye. It's an amazing thing to be able to let those things go and to really find that self-love. This journey of self-love is an amazing journey. It's got ups and downs, and it's got drama, and it's got intrigue, and it's not like a teledrama. It's not like the Spanish ones. Those ones be crazy, okay? But it is amazing. It's amazing. And I love how I got here through all of that. But my point is that, if you want to get rid of them, if you want to change your patterns, if you don't want to carry the wounds anymore, you can always join my community. In there will be, magic. There will be science, psychology, health, and there's some fitness in there because that does come in handy with working through these. um, as well as, astrology and some other esoteric areas, talking about science, esoteric, psychology, witchcraft, magic, just like so many different things. I'm a jack of all trades. I love everything. Alchemy. Oh my God, like so much stuff in there. So if you're really serious about taking a deep dive into the subconscious during this time, because it starts on Saturday. I'm going to be kicking it off for sure on Saturday. I have it open now. It's available. I'll link it in the description box. You can go in there and take a look around a little bit. There's not much in there yet. It's just getting started. It is like brand spanking new. It's an infant right now. I have a brand new newborn of this whole thing. So I just gave birth. Okay, I just gave birth. So yes. So please be a little bit patient with me. I am figuring out what to do with it and where to go and like how it all works, but it's going to come together and it's going to be absolutely magnificent. I already know it. I'm already seeing it. I see the big picture. It's just putting the little pieces together to make the big picture is the hard part and the fun part, but I digress. So, yes, we are going to, go through all of this and we're going to, we're going to dive deep. I love going deep. It sounded so dirty. It's so dirty, but that's not what I meant, but I'm not going to deny that one either. So, but I love diving deep mentally into subjects and really getting into like the depths of psychology and the brain and the interconnected processes and everything. I love it all. I absolutely love it all. It's why we do what we do. And helping people change that, as well as energy healing, because I am an energy healer. I just work with energy. That's how I want to say it, is because I can, hold on. I can heal. I can also transmute energy, read energy, manipulate energy, all of that kind of stuff. So a lot of the stuff that I know and that I can do, I plan to also share in there. Not just yet, because we got to get through this Pluto retrograde first to really like clear out so much crap. There's still junk in there. There's still junk in the trunk, okay? But this Pluto retrograde, we're going to be really diving deep, and I'll be adding, things in there as we go, based upon like what, talking more about spiritual gifts and about stuff like that, because that does come up as you are working through letting go, because of the fact that, when you start releasing things, your spiritual gifts start to come online. Like, it's kind of like, an engine that is like all junked up, and you've got like all this oil that's crappy in there and all of that stuff. And, you got to clear it out. You got to clean it all out and everything like that. And then once you get the new oil in and you start like actually like really cleaning it up and making sure it's all lubricated and all that stuff, then it starts running better. So that is how your spiritual gifts are. Because many of us that have been in survival mode, our gifts, well, if you've been in survival mode and if you've suffered, a very traumatic life, your gifts are online, but they're kind of like all over the place. You don't have like complete control over them. So it's learning to work with them and also to, be able to fine tune them and practice them and build them up and, make them stronger and, level them up, that kind of stuff. So it's that as well. But yeah, I am going to ramble here all day, and I can't do that because it's almost 11 o'clock and I need some sleep if I'm going to be getting up at 3 o'clock. So yeah, I'm going to go now. But yes, I wanted to get on here and I wanted to get this video up and running. I'll be getting it ready to post in like 4 hours. So yay. Okay. I'm going to let you guys go. Yeah, check it out. And, if you want, you can follow me. I'm going to keep posting free stuff as well, just because of the fact that I still want to give out as much information as I can. But there's also some stuff that I really don't want to share on YouTube because of the fact that YouTube has the ability to pull the cord if they ever so choose. And I just don't want them to have that much control over my content. What can I say? Once you start learning how to not be controlled anymore, you do things a little bit differently. So, yes, my site will be on there, and I will see you in there if you so choose. If not, then, still like, share, subscribe, comment, whatever, I'd like to see you here too, because you guys all matter. Everybody matters. If you can't get into the community, because yes, it is going to be a subscription based. If you can't get into it, still show up at the free stuff, because I still am going to be giving out free knowledge, So, I love you all, and have a beautiful, blessed morning. And it's Friday, and it's that last little bit before the new moon, and this new moon, it's going to be so amazing. It's going to be so amazing. I cannot wait. I look forward to it. And so, and it kicks off like the start of this whole entire, how I want to call it is like, it's like the Odyssey, it's just like that, like this epic odyssey of going into the underworld and having to fight giants and having to, battle gods and goddesses and ask for help from gods and goddesses, and having to lose people and also gain knowledge, and that's what it is. So this epic odyssey that we're going to be going into the underworld and losing our minds and finding our souls. Sometimes you have to lose your mind to find your mind. Just, But, yeah, okay. It's time for bed. Love you guys. Let's go.